All right, guys, so this is the colored pencil demo for September 16th. Basically, it's just going to be going over some of the essentials of color and how to use the colored pencils correctly. So if you need the reference image, it's on the warm-up slide for today. It's located in the same place in Schoology. The way I want you to draw it, just do a simple outline, all right? Just like a simple line drawing, the same way we did with our grid project. There's a few definitions and things I want to go over before I get started. So the first of these is the word hue, okay? It's spelled H-U-E. And hue essentially refers to the name of a color. Things can have a green hue. This is a green pencil, it has a green hue. Red hue, scarlet hue. Now, the next word that I want you to be familiar with is saturation, okay? So saturation actually refers to how intense a color is. So if I get my colored pencil and I press down really, really hard, this could be considered saturated hue, like a saturated hue, a saturated value. I want you guys to be writing all of these things in your sketchbook. There should only be 3 or 4 definitions by the end of this video, but this is a daily grade, so make sure that you have it in there. Saturation, how intense a color is. Something can be saturated like this, or it can be desaturated or unsaturated. Like if I got this colored pencil and I went really, really lightly, you see how the value is actually lighter than this one right here. Now that I mentioned value, the last definition here, how light or dark a color is, you should be familiar with this definition already. As it's applied to color, every color that we have, all of our colored pencils, every color that ever existed corresponds to a specific value. So right now I have these in order from darkest to lightest. So green being my darkest, this red color being the next darkest, scarlet being actually the next lightest, and so on and so forth. So dark to light going this way, okay? Every color corresponds to a value. If you're unsure about the value of your colored pencils, what you can do is take a black and white photo, like I told you guys earlier on in the semester, and it'll arrange these exactly as they are in terms of their value. So I want you to do that right now. Put your colored pencils in order from darkest to lightest value. You should have a total of 5. At your tables, there are little pencil boxes full of colored pencil. Grab 5 different ones. Doesn't matter which they are. Essentially what you're going to do, when you use colored pencils, it's all about layering. So I'm going to start with my darkest colored pencil. I'm going to indicate which direction the light source is coming from. So my light source is coming from this way. The highlight would be in this area, and the shadow would be in this area. The cast shadow I could probably draw right now. I'll put that down. So that's going to be where my shadow falls. Okay? So if my shadow area is going to be here, my cast shadow is here, I'll go in with my colored pencil, and with light pressure, just start hatching out the shape of this apple. All right? You can follow along with me while I'm doing this. That's probably the best thing to do. It's a quick way to make things look 3-dimensional. Probably the easiest way to use colored pencil. So I'm applying light pressure. I built up some value in that area. So what I'll do next is go on to my next lightest color, which is red. So with the red, I'm going to come in and do the same thing. It's important that each successive layer you do of colored pencil actually starts from that same bottom point that you started with your darkest. So you see how I'm getting this, I'm going all the way down and pulling this up.